arrived at the destination.
Holy Dorito! I know that traffic in California is bad, but I had no idea it would take 2 weeks to get from Disney to Six Flags.
Well, nothing matters now because we're here, and I can hear him right now, creeping up towards us. He's getting closer and closer. I can hear his steps.
Hello, welcome to the DC Universe. My name is Slade. Would you like to take a picture with me?
I'll take a picture, all right. A picture of your corpse with my sword up your ass.
No, break it up, you two. Break it up. Thank you, Mr. Fat Man. Oh, I farted. Yay! Farts are great. Let's sing about farts. Farts, 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 farts. Farts, farts, farty, fart, 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 fart.
Are you not seeing this, Blob? Are you not seeing this desecration of my name?
You know, I don't think you two have actually properly met. Worlds of DC, Slade? This is the cartoon Slade. Cartoon Slade? This is the Worlds of DC, Slade. Hello, Worlds of DC, Slade. Pull my finger.
That's it. I'm killing him.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. Okay, listen, Cartoon Slade. Your potty humor is kind of charming at first because of how much you're taking advantage of the chance to make potty humor in a big budget movie that's on the big screen. At first I was a little bit uncomfortable, but the fact that you stuck to that joke for so long, like a good, maybe like a good 2 minutes, it made me realize, like, oh wow, you don't care what people think about you. You don't care about your reputation, and I gotta admit, that's kind of ballsy. Thank you. Would you like to hear another poop joke? No. You don't want to outstay your welcome when it comes to the poop jokes. But I can understand where my friend here, my associate, is coming from, because he's very frustrated with you. He hates you because he's afraid that the majority of moviegoers will only be aware of you. They're gonna completely forget about that post-credit scene from Justice League.
Yeah, so far, this imbecile is the Slade that has the most screen time on the big screen.
People love me. Well, yeah, they like you and all of the other things from Teen Titans Go to the movies, because of how much you're willing to make fun of yourselves, which is something that's really needed coming out of DC right now. And even though we already got that from Lego Batman, it still doesn't hurt to continue having it from you guys. And I think that's great. I just think it's great to balance the dark with the light-heartedness. That's good with me.
Not with me. It's redundant to have all of this light-hearted kids bullshit, especially when the live-action films are already becoming light-hearted.
No, I know that you are improving. You are. I mean, it's probably gonna be a long while before we get a full-on, flat-out dark movie from DC again, which is why apparently the TV stuff is overcompensating with that.
Yeah, I know. Fuck Batman. Yeah.
Like I said, we still need you and Lego Batman and the upcoming Super Pets. We need a whole lot of palate cleansers. Just a whole lot of them for the time being. So you guys are A-okay on my book. But at the same time, I can see where the other Slade is coming from.
Oh, you make me sad.
Now hear me out, Cartoon Slade. Hear me out. I'm glad that DC took the opportunity to make a super slapsticky, just super meta, just super screwball comedy film. I just don't understand why it had to be the Teen Titans of all properties. Actually, scratch that. I do understand. Way back in the early 2000s, there was the anime-inspired Teen Titans show. The one that got most people of my generation into the Teen Titans. When people think of the Teen Titans, most of them are probably thinking of these Teen Titans. That show was a very good balance between the very dark aspects of the Teen Titans lore and the very comedic aspects, the very light-hearted aspects, a lot of which was inspired by the anime type of comedy. And so when that show inevitably came to its end, a lot of people felt like a part of their childhood was missing, and they longed for it to return. And so it was understandable that DC would find an opportunity to bring it back. And brought it back they did, in the form of DC Nation shorts. But there was a catch. It would still have the tone of the original Teen Titans, but only the comedic moments. Only those moments where they became all super deformed and were all super silly and whatnot. But people were fine with that, because they were used to those moments on the original show. But they decided to greenlight a full-on new Teen Titans series, but now the comedy would be increased tenfold, and the art style would be changed. It would only resemble a little bit of the original art style. But now it was flash animated, and the humor was different. Now it was the type of Ren and Stimpy humor, in which there was no continuity, anything could happen, and the characters' morals were basically non-existent. The characters weren't even superheroes anymore. They were just jerks to each other. Just flat-out jerks. Abusing each other for the sake of comedy. And this was the point where this iteration of the Teen Titans was no longer. We only had this deformed shell of its former self.
Yeah, and this abomination is a result of that shell.
Yeah, but apparently the popularity exceeded the original version. You guys were the ones who actually got a movie adaptation, and not the other version.
Don't remind me.
That's right. You can see me on the big screen. Yeah, and I can understand why a lot of people would be really pissed pissed by that. Like, oh, not only do you have this new version that spits on the grave of the old version, but it's the one that gets the movie treatment? Oh, kill me now. Just kill me. Just stab me in the head and the ass and the dick and just kill me. But I, on the other hand, can understand why your big screen appearance is getting so much praise. It's partially for the fact that we have another 2D animated movie, because God knows that those are very few and far between. I mean, what was the last one? My Little Pony? Yeah, you guys should be so lucky that you made as much as you did. In comparison to that movie, like, I think I was the only one who saw that. Open up your eyes and see the world for what it is. My movie was also a musical. Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? I forgot. Probably because most of those songs were very forgettable. It was really just to add to the running time of the movie, except for that one song, just one song. You know which song I'm talking about, right? I sure do. Teen Titans, go Teen Titans! Teen Titans, go Teen Titans! No, not that song. Sorry, little Yachty, but no, not that song. I'm talking about the upbeat song. Yes, the upbeat song sang by a tiger who was manslaughtered by the Titans.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that there was death in the Teen Titans Go movie?
Oh, you can bet your ass there was death in that movie. Not just the death of that singing tiger, but also the death of Bruce Wayne's parents. It wasn't there just to be tragic and to show Batman's obligatory backstory. It was there to be comedic this time. The Titans flat out pushed Bruce Wayne's parents into the gunfire. Holy shit, are you not hearing what I'm saying? The protagonists of a kids movie pushed a couple of innocent people into gunfire willingly, and they were very happy to do it. They just happily did it with glee. In fact, Robin gave a thumbs up when he did it. He just gave a thumbs up like, yay! I'm making sure that Batman has his origin. Yay! I'm happy! He just gave a thumbs up, a fucking thumbs up, as two people died. Freaking died. And that wasn't a kids movie. A fucking kids movie. Do you know how awesome that is? Fucking awesome. When I saw that, I was in utter shock. Just complete flabbergastment. I was just completely flabbergasted by the whole thing. Like, did that just happen? Did they just happily murder someone as a joke in a kids movie? Like, I was just completely in utter disbelief of the whole thing. Ha ha ha! Yay, murder! But I, for one, believe that kids can handle that stuff. They really can, especially the darker stuff. Kids love dark comedy. And it doesn't hurt to throw in some adult humor every now and then, just to let us know, like, yeah, we know you're watching too. We know the people who watched the original Teen Titans are watching this too, out of morbid curiosity. So you love me! Yay! I'm not finished. I'm not done talking, alright? You can win me over all you want with all of the meta jokes, like talking about Deadpool, and you can win me over all you want with the surprisingly adult humor, like, once again, the Deadpool joke, because you're acknowledging a character that's from a friggin' R-rated movie, so you're acknowledging to kids that, hey, you know that R-rated movie? Isn't it great? Even though you're a kid and you're too young to watch that R-rated movie, sucks to be you. But why does it have to be the Teen Titans? I mean, I know why, because I explained all of it. I don't have to go over all that again. But I just wish that DC did this with a different property, where it would actually make sense to lampoon itself and make fun of itself and be all like, oh, this is all slapsticky and self-reverential, well, what DC property were you thinking of? That's a good question. Which properties would be more appropriate for this premise? I would say, Plastic Man, for starters. Although I do enjoy that you managed to get him in there. That was great. And apparently he has a little bit of a thing going on with Supergirl in that movie. Oh, congratulations to him. Plastic Man being Supergirl's dress. What's going on there? But that's none of my business. That's none of my business, Plastic Man. Okay, so, but not just Plastic Man. Who else would be a better fit? Mazin Man. Mazin Man would probably also be a better fit. But no one's ever heard of Mazin Man, unfortunately. No one's ever heard of Mazin Man. Let's see here. I know exactly who would be the perfect fit. That would be much better to use this premise for than the Teen Titans. Zoo Crew. Yes, the Zoo Crew. The Zoo Crew would be the better fit. I mean, come on, look at them. They're a bunch of cartoony anthropomorphic animals. They would have been perfect to have a spoof movie based on them. Because also, think about the plot of the movie. Just think about the plot. A group of wannabe superheroes that don't do enough superheroing. Instead, they're just being all slapsticky and silly, and so because of that, they're seen as the ones who are too goofy to get the movies. And if you ask me, that is a description of Zoo Crew. Granted, I think the Zoo Crew is actually a little bit more heroic than this interpretation of the Teen Titans, but they also fit under the idea that they would never get their own movies. Ever. They would never get their own movie. They're just too stupid of an idea. The whole movie would revolve around the Zoo Crew trying to get their own movie. Meanwhile, in reality, they got their movie the whole time because we're watching it. But no. You had to choose the Teen Titans instead. The ones who actually would warrant a movie. Now, this iteration of the Teen Titans, yeah, it is true. They don't really deserve their own movie. But the problem is that it's only this continuity where they're screw-ups. Where they're the ones that are just there to be goofy. And only goofy. All the other heroes in this universe are the competent versions that we know from other universes. So that makes this movie a little head-scratching when you think about it. Like, oh, the Teen Titans are jokes, so this movie has to prove that they're not as big of jokes as we think they are. That's already true. We don't think of them as jokes, overall. With the Teen Titans, it's only this version where it's a joke. But with the Zoo Crew, nope, they're a complete and utter joke. And so I feel like they're the ones who have scrutiny over being too silly. And so it would make more sense for them to have the story arc where they have to prove themselves to the more mainstream superheroes. Although, now that I think of it, shouldn't the fact that we're getting a Super Pets movie, shouldn't that actually make it more likely that we're getting a Zoo Crew movie?
But wouldn't it be redundant to have 2 movies about superpowered animals?
Well, I mean, not unless you differentiate them enough, but that's just a pipe dream, and I should be thankful with what I have. And what I have is this little bunch of DC movies that are willing to embrace the kooky sides of the comic books, and hell, even be a little bit more kooky, such as Lego Batman, the upcoming Super Pets, which I really do hope indeed is legitimately happening, and last but not least, you guys. Teen Titans Go.
So you do love me! Yay!
Well, you won me over, but I'm not completely sure about live-action Slade. What do you think, live-action Slade? Do you still want to kill this lovable buffoon?
I was going to kill you. I was. But after thinking it through and listening to what Blob had to say, I think I changed my mind.
You don't want to kill him anymore?
Nah. What good would it do? The movie already came out. My name has already been tarnished. But sooner or later, I'll get my chance on the big screen again, and that should be enough to let people know who the real Slade is.
So you don't mind that the cartoon Slade is kind of a more sarcastic interpretation of you? He's more of a two-dimensional villain who just wants to rule the world.
Wait, he wants to rule the world?
Yeah, they simplified him a lot. That's really all he wants to do in this version, is just have full-on control of everybody. He's a lot less complicated than you know, what with your intricate past, involving your anti-heroism and your anti-villainism. Whereas this guy, on the other hand, he just simply wants to rule the world.
Ha 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 ha! Ain't I a stinker?
Huh. That makes me respect you even more. The fact that you have more ambition than me. All I want to do is kill people for money. You are looking at the big picture. I've gotta respect that. Mad props, Cartoon Slade. Mad props.
Well, I did it. Hopefully you'll be the first of many other successful interviews.
Well, good luck, Blob. Now, if you excuse me, I've gotta go back to my job. It's time for my 5 o'clock colonoscopy. Make sure you really get up in there.
Well, Cartoon Slade, it's time for me to go as well. I've got more animated supervillains to interview. I'm gonna interview all of them. Apparently I'm gonna have to cancel all of those interviews because their movies have already come out a decade ago. So, when is there gonna be another animated superhero movie? When?
Did I hear you correctly? Well, one animated superhero movie coming right up.
Oh, but we've already seen Spider-Man a bajillion times.
I'm not talking about Spider-Man. I'm talking about the other Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.